I would say though that like on AI.
How is AI reshaping large businesses? The case of airline industry. At the conference which I attended, top airline executives shared how AI is helping them cut costs, improve customer experience, and stay competitive. First was Cruz. He's a former CEO of British Airways and the vice chairman of WestJet. He made a bold statement. Aviation technology is decades behind. Most airlines are still using outdated IT systems, but they have no choice but to modernize. And here's a big dilemma. Do you invest in new planes or in technology? His answer, smart companies will do both. Because if you only invest in new planes and ignore AI, you're flying blind. Next speaker was Eddie Wilson, CEO of Ryanair. Ryanair runs almost 4,000 flights per day, and you can't do that without the help of AI. They use real-time data and AI-driven algorithms to optimize every aspect of their business, from fuel efficiency to ticket pricing. Here's a great analogy. Wilson says airlines are like restaurants. No matter how chaotic yesterday was, you start fresh every day. But one of the biggest benefits of AI is customer communication. Ryanair uses AI-powered chatbots and automated updates to keep passengers informed. And this is a lesson for every business. AI can help you keep customers engaged, updated, and happy. Next speaker was Nevra Onursal Karaagac. She's a CEO of Hitit, Airline IT Solutions. Nevra brought a different perspective. She said that airlines need to start small with AI, testing it in one area at a time before rolling it out company-wide. And here's something interesting. Post-COVID, airlines suddenly started prioritizing IT. Before the pandemic, IT wasn't even a big focus, but now they can't survive without it. And another key insight, cloud flexibility. Hitit partners, so her partners, do services with different cloud providers depending on their clients. This is something all businesses should think about. Don't lock yourself into one system. Stay adaptable. So, what can entrepreneurs learn from this? If huge industries like aviation are being forced to embrace AI, it's only a matter of time before every business has to do it. If you're not experimenting with AI now, you're already falling behind. And what would be the final takeaway? AI is no longer an option. It's a necessity. And if you want to stay ahead, here's what you should do right now. First, start using AI tools today. If you're not already using AI for content creation, automation, or customer engagement, start now. Next, experiment constantly. Don't get stuck in your comfort zone. Try new AI applications before your competitors do. Next point, invest in your people. AI is powerful, but human creativity and strategy will always be your biggest advantage. Next point, look outside your industry. The biggest AI breakthroughs will come from unexpected places. Keep an open mind. Next point, keep learning. AI is evolving fast. Stay updated, test new tools, and be ready to pivot. That's all about it. Thanks for watching. Now I'm gonna show you some videos from the conference.
AI suggests to many people, oh, my job's gonna go. How does that play out in airlines and in what kind of areas?
It's actually in different areas. It became super popular with, of course, ChatGPT, it's everywhere. But for us, it actually started long before ChatGPT. AI is part of the whole operation cycle. It's part, as mentioned, like the weather forecast and how it affects the IROPS, operational, irregular operation, what's going to happen.
So if you can predict weather well in advance, what would that allow you to do that you couldn't?
You can change the schedule,
Right.
make all the adjustments. If you need to cancel the flights, if you need to combine them, if you need to plan the crew accordingly, you can all do that when the
Much
weather
further
is
in
going to
advance.
Exactly. And it's not just only on your hub, it's because the connectivity, I mean, the airline cycle is a 24/7
Yeah.
non-stop operation. And the downtimes is very slow. You know, you need to keep that going. If it's on the ground, you lose the money.
Yeah.
And it affects the passenger as well. So on top of that, there's of course the revenue part of it, the dynamic pricing, the ancillary pricing. It's all shifting and changing. But AI works with data, and in our case, data belongs to the airline. So the IT provider needs to work very closely with the airline in order to make this a bigger success, and that's what we do.
Alex, I mean, you're a big fan of AI. Broadly speaking, we've had a number of chats. You've educated me about ChatGPT as an example. In the airline context, again, give us a few more illustrations. Like on those kind of meltdown days that Eddie described, we'd be used to seeing TV media coverage of lines of people coming out of the doors of terminals, fraught-looking airline staff trying to rebook them. Is that going to change in a meaningful, positive way?
AI, yes, please, we need it. And beyond the normal applications of AI today in order to lower development costs or solve some of the easier problems, what we're seeing is AI being applied to specific problems or complex situations in airlines, and it's really generating some incredible returns. I'm an investor in a company that has a pricing solution for tickets. Airlines like Delta, Virgin, Azul, WestJet, incrementing their unit revenues between 5 and 10%. What? This no human being could possibly create an environment in which you could increment your revenues by those percentages. Now AI models allow us to have access to more data faster in a more trackable way, and that's creating incredible opportunities. So I think beyond the standard uses of AI, which I think we're all trying to learn how to use it, there are specific applications on the most complex problems, be that operational problems or commercial problems, where I think AI is going to make a huge difference and make airlines more efficient, safer, and providing a better experience for customers.
And you mentioned on the operational side that the scale of Ryanair's operation.
Yeah, I would say though that like on AI, you know, a lot of people talk about AI that isn't AI, you know, but I suppose the lower hanging fruit in most industries, and it's not, it's similar for the airline industry, is training and you know, customer contact and triaging calls and all that, and we're well ahead on that. But what we're doing on the sort of machine learning end of it is more on the pricing models, the combination of different ancillary products, because everybody just looks at their bank statement and say what they paid for the flight, and you have all these different products. But there are other things as well which are coming, like you know, predictive maintenance, whereby you know a component is going to fail, but that runs counter to normal engineers who it's hard enough to get them, you know, they have to repair it to get an airplane serviceable, but to take a perfectly serviceable part out because the computer model says it's going to break and cause a delay, I think will be something that will come. But the big thing for us is not necessarily machine learning or AI, it's just physical computing power to run models as well, and simulations for us. So we have done that on, like, I talked to our CTO and he says we've got one big optimization problem, and we've got so many parameters. So how we plan our schedules and do that sort of simulation, bringing in route profitability, bringing in fares, all that, and putting it all together. And I told you earlier about how we were able to just rearrange all the pieces, the Jenga pieces, on a sort of a Gantt chart without changing the slots, because you can't do that. You can't start any earlier or necessarily finish any earlier. You can't make the gaps any smaller. But just by rearranging them around, we were able to up our aircraft utilization significantly.
So then you get more flying out of the same plane.